right in here and doing this again. Maybe you should just apologize to Gino for saying he's garbage. No, you're right. I am sorry because he's hot garbage. 248-539-9797. Him and that rat offensive line, I'm calling it now. Hutchinson, 2 sacks. David, go ahead. You're all upset. Sirianni Arnold, DK Metcalf. That'll be fun. That will not be fun to watch. David, go ahead.
Well, he actually was pretty good yesterday on Marvin Harrison.
DK's a transfer.
I know. So it's
I wouldn't be shocked if he turned into a bus or a car like the Autobots do. That dude's a freak. Glenn, Brooke, you ready for this? And then he morphs into the semi-truck.
Yeah, it could be a rough Monday night next week. It really could. Because the offense, what I've seen, is just not good enough right now. It just isn't good enough. I get what they did on the running game, but the passing game, they really didn't throw the ball down the field, and I get it. That's what the Arizona Cardinals defense was giving them. But it's just, Jared Goff seems off to me. The one throw that he should have made, the J-Mo throw that was way out of bounds, led him way out of bounds, that's a problem to me because he's been like that all year. And that's the problem that I have with this Lions offense right now. They don't look good. They're not scoring points. And that's a problem for me. I get it. You're right, Rico. They're not going to score 35 points every week. I just want certain things to look better.
But think of it like this, and maybe this is one of those where either the glass is half empty or half full, depending on your perspective. Your offense is not clicking. I'm not going to sit here and try to tell Lions fans all is well. You scored in the red zone. That was a problem. Laporta looks like he is injured. He's got an ankle injury. Looks like it's a low ankle, not high ankle sprain. It's not clicking. You didn't score in the second half. But the defense is playing well enough. You did not have to. The defense is holding teams to just in the teens and low 20s. Like, nobody's blowing out this team. You're not even in shootouts where each team is scoring 30. No. They're holding the teams down. And they're making quarterbacks look bad.
And I hear you, and I know we'll get more into this tomorrow, but can I counter? Because if we're saying that it's preseason, and we're saying that the offenses are a little down so far in the NFL, then are we giving the defense just a little bit too much credit for what they've done so far? If that's the case?
Fine. The bottom line is, I'm 2-1, I'm coming home, I get a long week, and I get to take on hot garbage. Go win the damn game, get to the bye week, we'll figure it out. I think the big news out of yesterday's game is Davenport done for the year. So Brad Holmes, once again, signed an injured player who's injured and now dead. And it is offensive to me if you are going to waste Aiden Hutchinson in his prime, making pennies on the dollar. I got news for you. A year from now, get ready. You're going to be paying Aiden. You're going to sign a deal paying him $35 million a year. So we got to go and get a defensive end to help this kid. Because Onwuzurike full-time at the end? Josh Paschal? No, absolutely not. In the words of Cat Williams.
No. Okay. No. Calm down.
It's Super Bowl, right? Mm-hmm. Well, then the next 3-4 weeks, the shows are going to sound a lot like last year. We have got to go on the trade deadline and acquire an end. We can't waste what Hutchinson's doing. I don't care if he's facing backup tackles or not. The kid is elevating his game. We got to help. We need... I hate this idea of we like our guys. Well, your guys are dead. So let's get people here.
See, and I'm glad you brought that up because there was something that Dan Campbell spoke today when he was updating the injuries and things like this. And he brought up the possibility of them bringing up Pat O'Connor from the practice squad.
Who?
My point exactly, because I keep wondering, why the heck does James Houston's name never get mentioned?
David, he's done.
Pat O'Connor?
David, no, if you go in the locker room, I'll bet you there's one of those promotional cardboard cutouts of James Houston like you would see in a grocery store. Right. He's fallen out of favor. That's it. The only thing I can tell you, because he never plays in games, he must practice like crap. And you got to let go of the magical 7-game run from 2 seasons ago. So, not an answer. And he's also not even classified as a D-end on this team. He's with the linebackers. So the whole point I'm making is go get a defensive end. You got 2 guys that are actually capable of setting an edge on this team, and Onwuzurike is far more D-tackle than D-end. Aiden and Onzarike are the only two guys now that you've got that are north of 260 pounds that can play the end. And I'm relying on Pascal, who just hasn't shown much. So if there's a concern, it would be hurt guy getting hurt. And now I got to be in the market for the end. Yeah, it just leads me to wonder what's Aaron Glenn like when they do the grocery shopping. Is he putting in the list saying, I need this, and I need this? Because, they went heavy, in the cornerback and the secondary, but the D-line, every year it just seems like we'll make do. This will work. We'll stretch the budget. There are ways to fake it, but you eventually get to a point. Other players are going to get hurt. Players are going to get tired. Guys are not going to be as effective. If you're not rolling 7 or 8 D linemen, you're not winning a Super Bowl. And you're going to need to get Aiden help. Because Davenport, when he played, I was fine. But he's never been healthy. And now, look, he's out for the year. So I'd love to know where you guys are at with it. I walked away encouraged, all things considered. Some people are still... I don't know. I think people are thinking this is a video game. This is the NFL, man. Just go win the damn game. You think the Eagles are apologizing for how they beat the Saints yesterday? Who cares? 248-539-9797. We'll get with you, the people, next. Rico. Guys, you've heard me talk about Specs at LTU. You want a career in radio? You want to go into TV or a graphic design artist? Specs at LTU can help you start your goal. And look, it's very simple. You just need to be curious. You got to go visit the website, ltu.edu/specs, to learn more about the broadcast media arts, the digital media arts and graphics communications program taught through Specs at LTU right here in the city of Southfield on the campus of Lawrence Tech. I was just there this morning, and look, you're going to be taught by people like myself who work in the industry. So with the hands-on approach and the expert faculty, you will learn the practical skills you need to succeed in today's media industry. You want that career, you got to take the first steps, and it starts with Specs at LTU. So what are you waiting for? Be curious. Visit the website, ltu.edu/specs. That's ltu.edu/specs to learn more. Then make magic by enrolling in Specs at LTU certificate program today.
Mom would hate that.
Sure, you've got a Detroit Lions
Mom
autographed
would hate
football,
that.
a Detroit Lions game-worn jersey, and a Detroit Lions scented candle.
Smells like victory.
But you don't need to be a Lions superfan to want these. The new Detroit Lions games from the Michigan Lottery. An unbeatable lineup of instant ticket, pull tab, and online play with prizes up to $500,000. If you're a fan of the Honolulu Blue and Silver, get your hands on the Detroit Lions games only from the Michigan Lottery. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
Want to make your night out a little more fun? Try some music, some friends, and a few rounds of Club Keno.
I won!
But how can the Michigan Lottery make Club Keno more